Roland Comtois is a medium. Considering himself a spiritual guide, someone who simply reinforced the endurance of love, it took years for him to use that word. As a gerontology nurse, he assisted patients and their families with the process of their crossing over. As a speaker, he felt he provided audiences with the assurance that there was more than life on this planet, that our existence and the love we experience and give lives on beyond the span of our physical presence. But now, after years of delivering messages directly and through his signature purple papers, he is ready to admit that he is a medium and to answer questions about just what that means. Medium, public speaker, author, and from what I hear, a pretty good singer. Roland, let's go back to the beginning. At what point in your life did you realize that you were different? You had a special gift.
You know, I didn't really recognize the difference until someone said I was different. As a kid, I always felt things. I'd see things. All kinds of things were happening when I was a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old kid.
That young.
I was that young. And I just went with it. I thought it was a part of life. I thought that every 10-year-old kid was having the same experiences that I was having. It really wasn't until someone said, well, I don't have those feelings either. I don't see what you see. I don't hear what you hear. I don't know what you know. And from that moment, I recognized that there was something different about me. But the truth is, isn't there something different about all of us? Aren't we truly unique individuals? And what makes me who I am shouldn't be what makes you who you are. And so my difference was something that I celebrated even as a 10-year-old kid. I understood that it was who I was and who I was meant to be. So I didn't argue that point. It was only when people said, geez, that's a little strange that you do that kind of thing. And that's when I recognized that maybe there really is a difference.
Yet you were reluctant to call yourself a medium. Why? What changed?
Well, up until recently, the word medium had a lot of stigma attached to it. You know, when you think of medium, you think of ghosts walking through some haunted house. My perspective of medium is someone who bridges the grief to peace. So I see it much differently. And now we live in a world where people are talking about these things more than they've ever have.
It's true.
And it's given me the opportunity to truly step through that doorway and own that aspect of who I am.
That's true. So many people are curious about mediums now, and they're a little more accepting about how they receive their messages. Is there a way to describe what actually happens?
Well, you know that feeling you get in your head when all of a sudden your best friend Mary pops up in your mind. You think about her for a minute, you have a feeling about her, and then all of a sudden you decide, because there's some instinct that's moving you to call her. You pick up the phone and you say to Mary, hey Mary, I've been thinking about you. I don't know why, but you're on my mind today. Mary will say to you, well, you know what happened to me yesterday? I went through a difficult time. I was feeling unsettled. I didn't know who to ask for help. Maybe you were feeling what I was experiencing. So as a medium, I sit in that quiet space and I hear all that and I feel all that. And it becomes a part of my inner dialogue of having conversations with the afterlife.
Fascinating. Thank you, Roland.
Thank you.